Hi friends, and welcome to Bella Stitchery. Today is all about the Nuvo Drops. I am new to the Nuvo Drops, having just got these this week, and I've already used them in 4 or 5 different ways. Many of which I'm going to show you today, but not yet. Sit tight. First, let's just take a look. This is the first time I've used this one. It's a Dream Drops, Cloud 9 it's called. Wasn't sure what the difference was. There's a lot to pick from when you go to the store. I'm just warning you, be prepared to spend some time. But this, which is still wet because I literally just did this. I don't know if you could see here, but it really does have this iridescent, pearly finish with almost like a slight rose gold in it. I don't know, my mind is blown. I almost couldn't even focus on what I was gonna say. So let's start with the basics. It's kind of a gummy puff paint, got some kind of aerospace technology there that makes it so that it drops into these perfect little, look at that, shiny little happy dots. I found the easiest way to apply this is to gently squeeze it while it's still in the air and barely kiss the page. You don't really want to touch the applicator to the paper because then it kind of smashes them. And they do dry in a nice round dome. They don't really leave a lot of Hershey kisses, which I like. The other thing you could do with these, it's kind of fun, is to use a stencil. Here's a fun swirly stencil that I love. And what you can do is draw out the design with a pencil. Oh, let's see. Let's do this swirl here. And I actually just leave the pencil marks on when I'm done because I think it kind of helps create the design. And then I take my Nuvo drop. And again, you're just gonna squeeze it and drop. See, it is a little gummy, which I think helps it stay together. So you wanna make sure you really lift all the way away before going on to the new section. See how that did? Little line there, no big deal. Let me show you what I did on a scrapbook page. So last night, I made this layout. I used the same stencil, this giant swirly guy here. Used that, penciled it out, drew some little antennas, did all my Nuvo drops. Excellent. Now, say you just made the mistake I did. You lift too fast. Oh my gosh. Oh, a streak. Not to worry. Got you covered. The easiest way to cover a mistake. Bam. New flower. Works every time. Can't go wrong. Here's another one that I made yesterday. These little butterflies were not planned. They were, as Bob Ross would say, happy little accidents because I messed up my Nuvo Drops. Slapped some butterflies on there. I even put some in the center of my butterflies. And some might say it's even better now. So don't be afraid to experiment with these. Again, things happen, they go awry. Oh, here you can see, look, where I erased this line, kept this line, and I actually like it with the line better when I'm doing stenciling. So that's up to you to play around with there. And then I have a couple other experimental suggestions for you because if you're anything like me, you go to the Nuvo Drops section. There are hundreds of shiny colors. Like I said, glitters, all different kinds of finishes. And you're like, okay, these are only a couple bucks each. And you start loading up your cart, you get to the checkout line, and your total is $168. Now you don't want to check the receipt in front of the cashier and maybe suggest that you have lost all control in the Nuvo section. So you hurry out to your car, you open the receipt, sure enough, $168 is correct. So what can be done? How do we get everything we want on a budget? Here are some tips. As I mentioned, they have a glitter option. We're crafters. we can get creative. Who needs glitter when you have, I don't know, ideas? So here's one idea. I'm gonna use clear. You could also use white, anything that's gonna really allow you to show your loose glitter here. You're gonna use your Nuvo Drops. To make your design. Then you're going to take your glitter, which I'm sure if you're watching a craft channel, you have a lot of glitter. I'm just gonna go ahead and make that assumption. So you take your glitter here and you just dump it on your clear. And voila! Instant glitter Nuvo Drop. Now you have the potential to have every color for the price of one. You're welcome. Next tip is embossing. Okay, this might, stay with me here, folks. This may or may not bring about the apocalypse, but I decided to try embossing powder with a Nuvo Drop. Just see what happened. Our owner's insurance is up to date. Feeling good. Same thing, you're gonna draw your design. I'm gonna do a heart here. Then I'm gonna use some Stampin' Stuff embossing powder. Okay, like so. That's kind of a fun technique too, because you could have it match your other stamps. If you're writing like a sentiment, but you want to do a shape, you could use your drops or do the drops. So then I'm going to heat this up. I got this tip to, like, when you're doing glittery stuff, to do the backside first with the heat gun. Not really sure if that's a thing, but I'm going to heat set it. And can you see the bubbling there? Don't be alarmed. I did that when I practiced as well. But it actually will emboss just like with stamping ink. How cool is that? So now, again, you can take a neutral color and customize it with embossing powders, or as I said, with glitter. Another fun way to use Nuvo Drops is as a paint. I love stencils. I don't know if you can tell. I use a lot of stencils. Actually, I don't know if I use a lot of stencils, but I buy a lot of stencils. So I feel like that's partial credit. What you could do is you're gonna use the top of your stencil here, almost like a palette, and you're just gonna put some on there. Right on the top. Okay? Then you're gonna take your brush and you're just gonna swipe it on through. And you basically now have a paint, and it'll dry glossy or glittery, translucent, depending on the Nuvo Drops you're using. But how pretty is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, that actually is cuter than when I tried it yesterday. Let me hold it up again. Look at that. Oh, that's a copper. What is this color? Wow. Crystal Drops Copper Penny. They're not wrong. That does look like a copper penny. So there's some ideas for you. Try them out. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite kinds of Nuvo Drops are if you've used them before. Maybe the best colors you've worked with. If you have new techniques that I don't know about, I would love to hear. So subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, that way you'll get updates for all the new videos as they come out, and check it out. Try it out. Go make some stuff. Thanks.